Yo, what's going on, guys? Righto, so what are we up to today? We are going to be, okay, so there's a lot of Jag stuff again today. So what I've got set up here is parcel shelf. Okay, so this is our old parcel shelf, that and that piece there. The problem that I was having with this parcel shelf is you can see it's like sort of bent up, so it's like that, so it doesn't sit flat. All right, so I've just marked that out now with chalk, as you can see, and I've got my jigsaw, big drill bits to drill the big holes for the seatbelt things. Okay, so that's one thing we're going to be doing today. I also want to get done, I've been doing toes all morning, that's why I haven't been here. So we ended up getting, we ended up getting our wheels on this side. Okay, the big ones, the 10's under the back there, and that one. I want to get this side jacked up and that wheel off, and I'm going to have to chop inside. And have you guys ever rolled guards before? If I can find my guard roller, and good news too, Jake's here to hold the camera, guys, so I won't be making you all seasick and that. I'm just looking now for the guard roller. It's a blue machine with a red wheel. It'll be here somewhere, but I won't spend too much time now looking for it because I want to get this parcel shelf cut out and glued up, and that way we can start on the other sort of stuff. I spoke to Wayne, the bloke, hang on a second, I'm just going to clean this lens a bit, guys. The guy we got the boat off, out the back, the speedboat, he's a fiberglasser. He's going to come out and see us about the hovercraft and get started, give me some tips on the best way of repairing that rod of wood on the side. The alloy bat probably won't, I want to be a bit more gentle on this car. I've got to roll them so they're nice. I don't want to just butcher them. Yes, you can get them nice with an aluminium bat by putting it around there, but yeah, very, very rare car. I shouldn't even be putting massive 20s on it and rolling guards, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Just ready to cut the comments, guys, see what you guys are up to. Okay, I've been working this morning, done a couple of toes, got to keep the money coming in. What size turbo are you going to be running on it? It's in a box down the front there. It's relatively the same size as an XR6 one. I don't know, but that was just a thumbnail, guys. It is going to be turboed. I've got most of the bits and pieces there to put it together, but the plan is at the moment to get this thing going. Then I've got a Series 3 motor and box to put in it. It'll drive it. I'm going to drive it for about 3 weeks. Iron out any electrical problems, any small issues with the car, make sure the brakes are all good, sort all that sort of stuff out, then put the turbo on it. And yeah, so within the next couple of weeks it'll be turboed. But yeah, so enjoy the public holiday. Yeah, I just work. How much for the Skyline? I think when it's finished it'll be probably 7 or 8 grand, something like that. I've got to buy wheels for it yet, rear window, it's going to get painted, interior's got to get sorted out. Motor's good, waiting on an airflow meter. Did order one, wrong one turned up, pain in the ass. But anyway, another one will turn up next week. Okay, Ed, can you give a shout out to my mate, Henry? Hey, Henry, how are you, dude? There you go. Elmer Tonk, yep. I used a post, and oh yes, rolled guards before, okay. You heat the paint to try to prevent it from cracking. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that because the car's got to get painted, but yeah. An old full crate bottle. Jag's getting a blow off as well. Yeah, she's going to be a beast. Any old Land Cruisers? Yes, Nick, there is a FJ45 Land Cruiser out the front for 2.5 grand. If you want to have a look at it, mate, I can take you out and have a look at it. Yeah, the SS50 was fine. I ended up, I got one more fitting out of a radiator out the back, put those trans things back in, just replace the O-rings. Replace them, it didn't leak, it didn't heat up on the way back. On the way home I stopped at the car wash and let it idle there because that's where it was starting to heat up, it idle all the time, and it was fine. So we're good, I can start using that. I don't know, if it doesn't get hot I might not replace that radiator, but it had to all come out. That other radiator, I've never come across like a aftermarket part so bad. Like, yeah. What happened to the old Merc? It's just sitting out the front there. The people that sold it, hang on, how's it go? the people that sold it originally to one guy, then he sold it to his dad, and then his dad sold it to someone else, and then I ended up with it, come in and want it. And they've got 2 weeks till the 14th of February to come and buy the car back off me. After that, it can go. So 14th of February, if the Merc's still there and someone's interested in it, it can be sold. I'll just, we'll see if we get to rolling guards. I've still got a fair bit to do. By the time I do the parcel shelf, seat belts in the back and that, I'll just keep looking for the guard roller as I walk around today. Leith will be back in the next day, tonight, I suppose, and he'll know exactly where it is. So anyway, all right, let's get stuck into this parcel shelf. I'm going to hand you guys over to Jake, and he's going to hold the camera. So if you've got any questions, yeah, so what happened to the old work? Blind man's garage, doing a road trip. Sounds exciting. A pity 1FZ 80 manuals for wrecking. No, we've got no cruisers here at the moment, mate. What's up, mate? Been on here for a while. How's it going? Pretty good, the boss. How are you, mate? Okay, what's wrong with the new radiator? Nothing. There was an aluminium radiator that was a brand new one, which is sitting over here on the ground. It, for some reason, this tank here is larger, okay, which pushed that back, which pushed those directly into like the airflow meter. The mounts where these mount your fans are in the wrong spots, and you can see I had to grind that off to even just get it to drop in, and then the pins on the bottom wouldn't fit, and yeah, it was just extremely painful. The radiator that was in my ute, okay, what it was doing is you could drive along and it was fine, but then if you sat at the lights or something, the temp gauge had come up. So yeah, but you can see there it was starting to split. See those crystals there? That's coolant, okay? So once you've got coolant like that on the outside, you can't see in it, but if I cut it open, you'll find that they will be, the core will be full of all those crystals. And what the radiator shop does is they pull the tanks off the side and they run rods. It's called rodding. They run rods through the radiator to clean all those bits out and then put the tank back on. But because radiators are so cheap these days, it's just not worth the money to get them rotted anymore these days. Like old copper radiators and stuff like that, that's what they really done with them. But you can get an LS radiator for 110 bucks to live it. Like, it's just not worth the effort. But look how good that leather seat is for the Jag. It's so nice, and it's soft. Can't wait for this car. It's going to be freaking awesome. Awesome. All right, I'm going to pass you over to Jake. He's going to film, so if you've got any questions, yeah, he'll read them out. Ben Arnold, thank you very much, dude, once again for the support. Yeah, good, thanks. What's the news? Yeah, everything's going. We're cruising along. Red, how easy is it to Gilmer drive a Statesman? Easy. You might need a rattle gun to get the alternator nut off. Other than that, it's a pretty simple sort of thing. Sometimes they can be very finicky, the Gilmer belt drives. I've had some that you put on and no matter what you do, they still throw the belt. But they do sound pretty cool. I like them. But Leith doesn't, and he cries when I say I'm putting them on stuff. How's my New Year's? I worked, I'm pretty sure, as always. Cheaper, just buy a new one. That's it, eh? All right, I'll pass you over to Jake, and we will stop this jump pack from carrying on, because it's driving me mental, and put it on charge, and then we will get stuck into this parcel shelf. And the Jag will be like a brand new thing, I reckon. Like a good thing. So, have I convinced any of you guys yet that you need to have a Jag in your life, or am I still just out here in the cold by myself? Alright, so what I've done, real simple, to get the size I need, because obviously this board here, right, if I just sit it there, it ends up a lot smaller. See if I try and trace around that, it's too small, but once you roll it, it's actually shrunk a lot. Alright, so what I've done is used the vinyl and sat the vinyl out. See, it wraps over, sits there like that to get my size. And even if that does end up being a touch bigger, I can always trim it up just a little bit. But yeah, anyway. we'll cut it out. I might drill these holes first while it's in one big sheet.
Deep South Productions wants to see the turbo for the Jag.
Nothing but the best, highest quality eBay turbo.
I think it's the same one I had him on my patrol.
Nothing special, just it's relatively the same size as your Barra turbo. Okay. Now, so the plan is, I was talking to Jake about it before. Now, there's 3 different models in these xj6 Jags. Series 1, Series 2 and Series 3. Series 1 and Series 2 run the same engine. Series 3, in Series 1 and 2, they had an issue where the thermostat opens on the exhaust side and the cold water rushes straight in and allows for head gasket issues. Okay, so in the Series 3 motor, what they've done is they've done a thing called slotting the motor, is what it got called by the Jag people. It meant they put slots in between the bores to give it more cooling galleries. Okay, now it alleviated the head gasket problem. It still had the same head gasket problems, but it means that from what I've read, in between the bores is a little bit thin. So this motor here is not the best. We're going to get this going anyway, and we'll show you this. We'll go for a drive on that, but it's got to come out. This is a Series 1 motor, so it's got the thicker bore thickness. So this will be the motor that gets built for the turbo. The Series 3 motor that I've got there, because I need the injection manifold and all that sort of stuff to do the turbo, will go in this because it's got a Series 3 auto on it. The Series 1 and 2 autos are good, but the Series 3 auto was updated and stronger. So that'll end up in the car and stay in the car. We'll get a converter. And yeah, so we're going to build the Series 1 motor, put the Series 3 motor in, get the turbo on it, get it working, get it driving, 6 or 8 pound, nothing major, okay? It'll be built for this turbo to start with, and then as things progress, the same as the Fairlane with the aluminium heads and the roller cam, we may end up spending some money on a better turbo, depending on what it ends up being, you know what I mean? We do have a lot of other toys to play with, obviously, so I don't spend all my money on one car, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. And our wastegate is up here in the box. I'm pretty sure this is the wastegate here, I think, from memory. And there's our wastegate. Okay? So, yeah, like I've been putting stuff together for this build for a while. But as you know, it all takes time and money, so as stuff comes up, we put it together, and yeah, and I've got the plates to build the manifold. ECU system, we were going to run like a cheap self-learning EFI system, but I don't think we're not doing that anymore. We'll either go with Haltech or Holly EFI or something like that. But we'll cross that bridge down the track, something a bit more tunable. I can fit an intercooler. It's only about, I think, 150 or 160, but it's long and it slots down the front. I haven't got that intercooler yet, but we'll get there. We're going through the process. I want to get all this interior back together. If I get enough time to have a look at the other Jag with some of the vent setups and stuff, because it's pretty wild in there with the hoses and the levers and yeah. But anyway, Parcel.
Did have one question. Will it be top or low mounted, the turbo?
Top mount. Yeah. It won't be up high, but it'll be just mid mounted. Yeah. So yeah. I've got to change the. I'll open the bonnet up and show you. I've got to change the air conditioning compressor for a smaller universal one. So, is there one on the floor here somewhere? No. Right, so, it's just a case of keep doing a little bit every day on it, and eventually she'll be done. I'm pretty keen to have a car again for a while. So I only have a truck, obviously. I drive all the time, but yeah, it's a real side one. Okay, so, yeah. As you can see, now, there's our exhaust manifold. This bar will go to start with. I'm going to get rid of this old style air conditioning compressor, okay, and it'll run a smaller one down a bit further, okay. Manifold will be there. Turbo will sit relatively here, which will give us plenty of room for wastegate and dump pipe. there's plenty of room under there to do it. And then the carbies will go, and it'll be an injection manifold. And then the intercooler basically sits from here down. There's just enough room to get an intercooler in there. But it's not going to be the easiest fit up for the intercooler and stuff like that. But yeah, nothing we can't do. I don't want a top mount or anything, no bonnet scoops, nothing like that. It'll be all under the bonnet and just, yeah. But anyway, we'll get there. Or we're getting there. Like, it's actually getting pretty close now. It's just hard. It's 50 years old, and yeah, as any of you guys know, I'm nearly 50 and I'm pretty broken. But anyway, here's Jake. So yeah. All right. I hope all that made sense, guys. I think I've ran through it a couple of times, but it's going to be a very, very different car, that's for sure. Righto. Yeah, so we'll get there. It'll be good. I hope it'll be good anyway.
It's a Jag, it will be.
Do you know what? Even if it ends up being slow, I don't even care. Like, they're not slow as such anyway, even with just carbies on it. They're you know.
Mine surprised me, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they're surprisingly got a bit like up the black butt range and stuff like that. You get into it and you're keeping up with most cars. Like, it's yeah. Seatbelt holes. Do you know what I bought today, right? You know how these batteries, see how that's all broken, right? Right, and then these Ryobi ones here, see these? See how, can you see, is it black?
Yeah, I can see it.
See how they just fall apart? They're just dog shit, those batteries. There's a guy that does adapters to go from like the cheap Audi batteries to Ryobi, or you can get any now. You can go from Milwaukee to DeWalt, or DeWalt to get adapters to swap batteries in between them all. So I've ordered one to go from Audi batteries, which are really, really good. I haven't got one sitting here with me, to Ryobi. So, because I've got a lot of Ryobi tools, but we don't use them because the batteries are so expensive and they're just garbage. But
here's a couple comments. Hey Red, you're doing great. Admired from South China. Cheers, Wish man. I was there in person to watch and learn from you.
There's not a lot to learn, man. I just piss about and cross my fingers a lot.
Have you started on the Fairlane?
The motor's apart on the bench there, so we'll order parts for it. I'll get some work done soon, don't worry. All right, so we got the engine apart the other day, which is all here on the bench. Crank was good. You can see there was water in a couple of the cylinders. We're going to have to put pistons in it, so they will go 40 over. Engine kit hopefully should get ordered at the end of this week, the beginning of next week. It's going to come out of the States because it's a lot cheaper to buy it out of the States. So yes, we've moved forward with the engine. The car's out the back there. It went to the sandblasters. We've got around the back windows and front windows done, a little bit on the sills, and the engine bay's been sandblasted. So over the next couple of weeks, while we're building the engine, that'll all get painted and we'll be moving forward. The doors and all that are off it. Leith's actually down at the sandblasters today, but he didn't take any gear with him. But the guards have got to get done. But Leith's really keen to drive that, so he's pushing pretty hard for it to be done. So it will get done. So in between jobs while he's working during the day, he's working on it. We'll get there. We'll get there. The Valiant's gone on the back burner a little bit because I want daily. But once I've finished that, I'll get stuck back into that. There's just so many hours in the day, you know, and yeah, but the Jag will be a good thing.
Hey Red from New Zealand.
Hey buddy.
Is Leith still doing the rear-mounted turbo build on his ute?
Yes, 100%. Yep. Just it'll be once again money. Things over Christmas, basically things stop at the start of December and money doesn't start flowing back in till mid-February. So it makes things really tight. So it affects his wage at the moment as well. But yes, definitely 100%. He'll be doing that. If you're wondering if that's annoying me. I think that's the bluntest blade in the history of blunt blades somehow.
Yep.
Alright, plan B, which I don't know what it is yet. But I wonder if I could cut the whole thing out with a reciprocal saw. What do you reckon? If I put a fresh blade in that, or even not even a fresh blade, just that blade, do you reckon I could cut it out?
Just send it.
Anyway,
It's only a Jag.
hey, enough of that only Jag talk.
Well, that's why you shouldn't be doing it.
And Radiator, I won't even bother with that garbage. It is really just shit.
So this is the dodgy stuff you do to Falcons.
I wouldn't know, I've never had one.
I'm stuck driving one and I hate it.
You love it. You
No.
wouldn't leave it any other way.
It uses more fuel than my SS did.
Slow it down a bit. I don't know how successful this is going to be, guys, but...
On camera it didn't look so bad.
Didn't it?
No.
In person it is, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's bad.
No. It's not going to work. Jigsaw blades, where do I even find some? We'll try the jigsaw again. This is the problem when you're never at the workshop and you have no idea what's here and what's broken, and then all of a sudden you want to do a job and you've got to replace every single piece of everything. I have a question for the Jag guys out there, because I have no idea, but there's this thing here, right? It's like a vent thing that sits halfway through your parcel shelf there to vent from the boot. Is it because like gangsters used to drive them back in the day and they'd keep bodies in the boot or something? I don't know. So you got air. Is that what it is?
Don't know.
Like from Arthur Daly Minder days.
I'm going to use the grinder on that part.
So blunt. Crazy. Yeah, I think you're right. I might just cut that with a grinder.
Right. Couple comments.
Yeah, man.
Where were they? I'm trying to get to them all, but there's a lot.
Right, hang on. You start reading from there. I'll grab a grinder.
Yep. Hi Red, please take off the GDR badge. It hurts.
Yeah, I agree. Bloody ridiculous, isn't it?
Hey Jake, what horsepower were you making on your truck? I don't have a truck. My SS, maybe?
The GDR badge will definitely be coming off. I don't want to start just peeling at stuff now. It'll come off properly with a razor blade at the time when we go to do it. It's definitely coming off.
Just turned on. First thing I hear is, you know, when you get up the Black Butt ranges and you get into it. Took a step back. G'day, Red.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Bruce says hello.
Hey, mate.
Luke, can we have a look at the sandblasting job that was done?
We ended up with like some pinhole stuff through here at the back. It hasn't rained for like 50 years out here. As soon as we sandblast something, hit it with a bit of primer. Yeah, so we'll have to rust convert it again. It's had a repair done in through here before. There's some little spots. In the scheme of things, most of them are completely rusted out. But the floor pan, we've got that little section there as well to do. The floor pans though are absolutely spot on. Look, they even hold water, see? I might actually move that loom. And then the engine bay has been done as well. There's a few little pinholes up the back there on the firewall, but all in all, it's not actually too bad. But yeah, Leith wants to go through and yeah, clean the engine bay right up so it's nice. And we're just going to go back to yellow. Going to run it yellow and black, which I quite like, to be honest. Yeah, remind me, Jake, to sort that out before we leave the cargo. Get that water out of that.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's never rained out here for how long, and then as soon as we get something sandblasted, it got wet. But it's just a case we'll get stuck in. We'll do 3 or 4 nights, and between me and Leith, we'll get that into primer properly and some colour on it. It'll come up good.
I'd hate to sandblast the Escort.
Yeah, no, really nothing left.
Yep. There's really nothing left in the floors. One said faster is better with cutting that out.
What's that?
One said faster is better.
With the reciprocal side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just jumped all over the place. I'm a steel person, not a wood person.
Whose workbench? I think they're talking about the Hilux.
Oh, I bought it yesterday. I didn't want all wood shavings and stuff through the workshop.
Charles, hey Red, hope you and your family are all good.
Yep.
Luke said looks awesome. Only in America and the UK did you have gangsters. Never heard of Aussie gangsters.
Haven't heard of it. Aussie gangsters. You must be living in the wrong place.
Yeah. Jack says good day.
Hello, Jack. I'll test fit this first so that fuel bar on the other side.
Yep.
So that we know it's going to fit. And then...
If I'm making anyone seasick with this camera work, I'm really sorry.
What's that?
I said if I'm making anyone sick.
Open that door.
Yeah.
Yep. That out altogether.
I'll go back through the front door.
Nothing's ever easy, is it? Why isn't everything easy? It's just crazy. Everything I touch on this car is wrecked. I reckon that's actually going to sit over the top of that. Just sit there nice like that. Once those seat belts. It's still got that little vent bit there, so it won't matter so much. That'll hold down nicely with a seat belt there like that. That edge is good. That sits there just nice. And then that one there. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm happy with that. That'll fit good. That'll hold it down there. That sits back to there. That'll be good. That edge is perfect. There's not too much there. Mad. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. First go. That was more fluke than skill, I'm telling you. Timber, working with wood is not my forte, I can tell you that. Righto. Slip back in so it doesn't get damaged. Find some, put some foam underneath it too. So grab this, I'll grab this.
Yeah, I will, and I need it. Secret squirrel.
Alright.
Just unfair. My leg's still buggered.
What?
Our secret squirrel said, I'll get a cardio work chasing after you.
I left it on the floor over there and what am I going to use now? I thought that when I went to Super Cheap the other day there was I bought some interior cleaner, but I must have left it on the counter or something.
What do we got? What's the mighty X-Trail doing?
Engine build. He had done a head gasket, and then when he got it apart, he wasn't happy. It's one that's going to get sold from here, so it's got to be perfect. Once he got it apart, he wasn't happy. Like it looked, and it had a bit of wear in it, so ended up doing rings and bearings as well as just a head gasket. And then it needed tensioners the other day, so we just ordered the tensioners. The tensioners have turned up, but he just didn't get time to put it back together this week. But yeah, it's just one that's for sale. It will be for sale. Well, yeah, we don't just work on this old stuff. We do normal cars as well that go for sale. Just depends on what comes through the yard.
Luke, once all the 50-year-old stuff is fixed, it won't be broken anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
it's just finding the pieces. Like, yeah, it's just been crazy. I thought I had plenty of stuff there to do it, but I suppose I've done the Series 2, then your Series 3, and
Yep.
I'm sort of at the end of bits and pieces now for them. So It's all good. We're getting there. It's a labour of love. So we're all good. Let's clean that up. That'll be right. Just got to avoid that, whatever that is. Must be glue or something on it. So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to put this bit of foam on it though. I haven't got any extra foam, so I'll just have to reuse this. Do you guys reuse everything like me?
Brad McDonald, $5 super chat.
Thank you very much, Brad. Absolute legend, mate. Thank you. I really appreciate the support, buddy. Really appreciate it. I would have been able to buy new foam. Whatever works. Putting the foam underneath it just makes it a lot nicer. Like it gives it that, even though it's only a thin bit of foam, it does make a big difference to the end result of how it feels.
That board fits like an 18-year-old at a drive-in.
Really? I can't hear it whinging at all.
Yeah.
Straight in, no kissing, you reckon?
What do you like with a spray gun, and what gun do you use?
I can paint. I've done a lot of industrial painting being a boilermaker, but actual cars, I could do it, but it's, yeah, a lot of the times by the time you intend on painting it yourself, but by the time you get to sandblasting it, fixing the rust, priming it, spending all this money on expensive 2-pack primers and all the rest of it, and then in order to pay someone a little bit of money to make the paint job perfect at the end, you end up relinquishing the spray gun to someone that really knows what they're doing. So that's generally what happens when it comes to painting for me. I can do it and I have done it. I painted the other silver truck and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't know. People are good at certain things, and painting is not something I've taught myself over the years. Yeah, painting's just not one of those things that's come up for me to do, because there's always, like Leith's quite a good painter, so yeah, I just relinquish those jobs to him to do. Yeah. The worst part about doing like this parcel shelf, you can't put the back seats in, you can't put the seat belts in, you can't put anything in until the parcel shelf is done. So it just holds everything up while you
one of my friends bought a VZ SS Thunder Ute in yellow. Might get to drive that tomorrow, hopefully.
Sweet.
Be a bit of fun.
Rightio. I love my Ute. It'd be one of my most favourite cars I've got. Right? That wasn't very good English then. My most favourite. What else would you say my favoritist? Is that even worse?
I think so.
Oh. So you guys have all got the day off work today, I take it, have you? No one's working today? I'm the only one silly enough? No one at work today? No?
No one's commented, so
No? They mustn't be.
they must be at work.
I'm just cleaning the brush with thinners for the contact adhesive. I find that spray contact adhesive, unless you get the bulk stuff and put it into like a spray gun like this one, yeah, don't work as well, doesn't hold as well. Whereas, yeah, using the this tin stuff here, and you dip the brushes just from Bunnings, premium contact adhesive. It's nothing special. It's just what I've been using for the interior. It just looks like glue. Yeah, it just works well. Brush it on. Most trimmers that have this in a gun and actually spray it on, but whatever works, you know.
Make sure you breathe deeply when applying it.
Yeah. Just put a little line under your nose. and then we'll just
Yeah, mate said, yeah, no tyre fitting today.
No? Was that you said?
Sorry?
Is that said or Luke or?
I got no idea, just names, yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate. Not real happy with that. Yeah, that's
The yellow trim around your ute wheels, what are they called?
I don't know. It was just it was like $10 on eBay. Wheel strip, perhaps something like that. Put in 3M wheel strip. I think it'll come up.
All right. The boss. Nah, you're the only one silly enough to work on a public holiday.
I'm not really working though. I did work this morning towing, I suppose, but when a lady rings you up and she's broken down on the side of the road, you can't exactly go, "No, I'm sorry, lady, but it's a public holiday today." You're gonna have to remain stranded.
Patrick on medical leave due to bone graft. Oh,
Bugger.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought my leg when it was broken was bad.
Yeah, man.
Ben Arnold, I'm trying to get my van wiring done and watch this at the same time. Not working too well.
Try filming and doing stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't work the best, eh? Well, thank you for joining in, Ben. We appreciate it, buddy. It still amazes me every time I go live that you guys are interested in me just pissing about. Like, yeah. The only difference is you can't. I can't listen to music anymore because of bloody YouTube's laws. Crazy, eh? We've got the quietest workshop in Australia, I reckon.
Yeah, until the crow starts whinging.
That's because we're Vikings. I've been watching Vikings on Netflix at night because I don't have to edit video. It works out heaps better. I actually getting stuff done on my cars now instead of just sitting in front of a computer all the time. Bloody good. If I run out of contact with DC, I'm going to be dirty.
I think you get a message then.
That's right, don't know.
Yep. Patrick says arrow glue works good.
Putting the foam underneath makes all the difference, like at the finished product. Believe it or not, it's actually surprising how much of a difference it makes. That's going to be trimmed up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy doing motor trimming. I don't know if you guys know a mate of mine that was a really good motor trimmer. He's not with us anymore. He died a few years ago, Dallas Lash. Nice bloke. Really nice bloke, but no longer with us. But he was a freaking gun motor trimmer. Bloody good. I haven't taken my stuff to a motor trimmer since. But, yeah. Righto.
Luke, day off, but I'm stripping a V6 VU manual at home. Just waiting for it to cool down a bit. And watching the best YouTube channel out there.
Okay, which one's that? We might check it out when we finish here.
Yeah. How's the link setup going in the coupe?
I haven't had a chance to get back to it. I've been sort of concentrating to get this car going. I need it daily, and I've got some big trips coming up with my daughter Nera Lee. So, all right, now I need some flat foam to go there. What can we use? There is that other parcel shelf, but it was really, really good. I don't really want to chop that up. So, the dash pads. I reckon in that Series 3 that's out the front there, we'll be able to find what we're looking for. Just watch that door there, Jake. You right in the leg all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
I should just slow down a little bit.
I've got to get used to it.
Hang on, what's this bit here? Behind that. No, it's too heavy. It's right. There's a Series 3 out the front here.
Did you show everyone the old seats?
Oh. Now, this is what was in that car, guys. See them? That's what was in that Jag. Like that's how bad the interior was in that car. You couldn't even sit in it. It was absolutely disgusting. So I wish I started this one a while ago with my daughter. I wish I had shown you what it was like. Like the difference in it now is, yeah.
I walked past and thought it was a dead sheep.
Just about, eh? You want to cut that parcel stuff there up?
Ah! There goes the shin.
You good leg or your other one?
No, my other one. Oh, yeah, my good leg, but...
Just don't climb over here. I'm just going to see if I can see one. There's no parcel shelf in it, so hopefully it's just sitting in it. There's one right there. This one's a sunroof car like yours, Jake.
Oh, yeah? Does that one actually sit flush?
What's that?
Does this one actually sit flush, or...?
Yeah. Yeah. I might have to come and get the bits out.
Yeah. Ford, was this best
FG.
off? Yeah. I think I missed your earlier comment. Oil wasn't getting to the top of the motor. The same thing happened to my VT wagon. I think I might have missed one of his comments before.
Okay.
How's the best buddy going?
She didn't want to come to work with me today. But yeah, she's good. She's cruising along. She has no idea what's going on. Like, we don't discuss it with her, obviously. She doesn't understand. But yeah, no, she's good. She's happy. She was hustling her auntie when I was there earlier. So, singing songs and carrying on. Showing me some drawing I think she made. Alright, we're getting there, guys, we're getting there. Cut that ratty bit out. Look at that, that's stuck like foam to glue. I won't cut that out now. It won't go out at all.
It's as if you glued it there.
Yeah, this bastard fucking hit it with glue. I know it looks rough, but believe it or not, you won't even notice it, eh? Once it's
The boss said you got to go mountain climbing now.
What?
As you're going to get the bit of foam.
Oh yeah. That's it.
When's the next scrap run?
Oh, who knows? Least of our worries right now.
Yep.
It'll be the price of scrap's going to be down till mid-February, I'd say. So end of February, start of March, I'll get a call and they'll tell me to hurry up and get it ready, and we'll sort it out. But for now, we're just concentrating on just day-to-day stuff, getting cars like that X-Trail done and sorted. So yeah, scraps the least of what we do. I have absolutely no interest in it. I don't like it. I don't really want to do it. It's just a byproduct of what we do. So yeah.
You must have a heap of keys.
There's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few. Stephen Bullock. It is hard. I'm going through family court the last 2 years.
Yep. Yeah. So the situation I'm in sucks because like when you're, it just the system doesn't seem to be there to protect the children. You know what I mean? Like that's the bit that drives me mental. Like it's just so hard, you know. I'm not trying to, you know, take a child or anything like that. I'm just trying to protect the child. Like I could do without bringing up another kid, you know, but I just can't let a kid end up with a shitty life when I know that if I just stand my ground a little bit, I can provide an awesome life, you know. But if I thought for 1 second that she was going to give me a really good life, I'd back off straight away and be supporting her and getting her back. But I just can't see it happening. I can just see misery. Because I'm a clairvoyant, I'm like a witch doctor. I can see the future. And if anyone believes that, I'm not. I'm not kidding myself, trust me. Alright, so you can see what I've done there. That's basically our board now. I know that looks rough, but you won't even notice. It'll be fine.
It'll be hidden.
That's it. That's right. It will be hidden. I was hoping that those, because where it was folded up was going to be gone by the time I got to do this bit, but anyway. Alright, so we will sit this there instead.
Okay. FGX, have to go to Adelaide tomorrow to help a mate pick up his VT. He just got it painted and windows tinted, and the motor just blew up after leaving the tyre place.
Oh. One thing I hate is, one thing that really makes a difference to a car is tinted windows. Like,
yep.
Just crazy the difference it makes having tinted windows, eh?
I want to spend the money and get the Series 3 tinted. Rear drive master. Get the Holden VT behind you and send it.
Doesn't run.
Typical VT.
I think Leith's going to be moving out of where he lives at the moment, so I'm going to have to order those coilovers very soon so we can go at rallying before he moves at the old place. So
the coilovers in me orange one, the rear ones.
The one that we need front ones, and your front ones are smashed. Oh look,
yeah. Be alright if you could just buy one. Yeah. Since there's one good one.
That's right. We'll get some. I just want to turn this board around so I've got a nice flat surface to work with, guys.
Yep.
Might as well chuck all this crap out.
Steve Bullock, my ex was on ice, so now I have to fight them, but DCP have them.
Oh Christ!
Yeah.
It's hard. Like once you start talking ice, the kids are gone. But I just have a feeling that it just doesn't seem that way. You know, like there's still even though there's mental health stuff and just all this crazy shit. It still just seems like they're supporting her in her. I just don't.
Yeah. Hey Red, know any places to get first gen Celica parts?
First gen. So like TA TA Celica ones. Is that what you're talking about?
I have no idea. I don't know Celicas. So
What's that?
I don't know where Celicas, so I wouldn't know what they're talking about. The Boss, typical Holden, more like it. Keep your chin up, brother. Good guys always come first.
Oh, to be honest, guys, like the support from you guys over, I know that these are all strangers, but it's surprised me how, you know, obviously I'm back again today.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Real drive master. Red, you still have the that Ford Falcon.
Me have a Ford Falcon?
Yeah.
You must be from the Gold Coast, is it? What Ford Falcon?
Not sure. I think he's asking, yeah, you if you have the blue turbo one.
Blue turbo Ford Falcon. Oh yeah, no, it's not a turbo. I've got a
Isn't that a
I've got an XR8
Yeah.
out the front, and yeah. Yes, they are. They're at the front, and I've got a Fairmont out there as well. But no, I haven't touched them for a while. And yes, we will get to them eventually. I've got, you'll see in yesterday's video, I was up the top, all the black leather interior out of the Fairmont. Well, actually, there was a Fairlane down the front that had black leather. We pulled all the seats out from that. And then I got a Fairmont as well, which had the different dash with all the wood grain and the good black door trims with the wood grain. But the dash is out, and we've got to pull the dash out of the XR8 to put all the climate control stuff in. So that way we'll end up with that XR8 with black Fairmont door trims and dash with the wood grain, and then the good leather seats out of the Fairlane. And then the Fairmont had the body kit we were looking for. So out of 3 cars, we've pieced together pretty much everything we need. I still need wheels, and until I find wheels, I can't really start on the car to get a feel for what it's going to be. So we're getting there. It's work in progress, and yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. I do quite like that Falcon. The gearbox in it was really, really nice. So yeah.
with the Celica parts, yeah, a TA22 1973 model.
Okay. Very hard to find, but I did see one the other day. Where did I see that?
Your backyard.
No, I don't have one. There was one at the dump up here the other day for a while. I just got to grab a pen. We'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yep. That
Sorry,
badge
guys.
is horrible.
Yeah, no, off the top of my head, I don't know where there are any. Yeah, there was... yeah, no, sorry, off the top of my head, I'm not sure where there's any early Celica parts. I do have my Celica Supra, but yeah. They're not something I come across very often, and a lot of the times, as you know, they are very, very rusty. So, it's the best way to attack this. This is a bit where you close, but people still turn up all day. I'm going to mark around the actual edge of it.
And go, what, 15 mil past that?
I won't go past it at all with the glue, and then we'll glue up to this line, and then just on YouTube, man. Yeah, so you can see there I've just marked around that where it's going to go. I'll glue to that edge and then stick this down, and then we'll leave this to dry and get stuck into doing the wheels and wheel arch stuff and all that. Okay. If I can get this bloody, what's the name
Have you got enough of this?
of that? I hope so. I don't think I'll know actually.
What's this one?
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this on as quick as I can before it all dries out on me again.
Yep. Hey Big Red, Corey from Sydney. We spoke on the phone. Loving the videos, big man.
How did you go, buddy? Did you end up starting your towing company? Was that you that I remember, I think, a bloke from Sydney that I spoke to? You were in the midst of looking at YouTube and stuff. Did you move forward with it at all? What's going on, Lockie? Not too bad.
Real Drive Master, yeah, the XR8.
Yeah.
FGX. What type of wheels are you going to run on the AU XR8?
I'm not sure yet, to be completely honest. I'm just going to wait to see what sort of shows up, and then from there we will probably a 19 or a 20. Probably not a 20. I think I'm going to try and go a 19. All right.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
What are you making?
Parcel shelf for the Jag. Can you see that there, guys? How putting that foam underneath just makes it like nice. It's just, yeah. Otherwise, it'd be directly on the board, and you can see that not nice there. Like it doesn't have the volume.
It doesn't show up too well on camera.
Isn't that a nice finish?
Yeah, it just feel better and fills in the back. And
This is a good angle.
There's a couple more questions, I think.
I'm just feeling where that's been bent. So.
Yeah.
But and once it's been in the sun for a while, it'll be right. What we got going on there?
The first time. Oh, the first time Red has ever said anything good about a Falcon, the XR8. Bruce said, "Are you having a good day?"
Yeah,
He's playing with Jag parts. That's always a good day.
that's it. All right, hopefully that's had enough glue on it and it'll dry. Yep, it's all sticking together. So we'll leave that alone now to dry, and then I'll probably turn it over, do the edges a little bit with a bit more contact adhesive, and then turn it over and glue it all the way around, because that'll end up. So I'll fold that over. That'll fold over, and that gives us our parcel shelf.
Yep.
But for now, I just need that to dry, so it's all flat, because if I start trying to fold that over now, I'll have to put little cuts and stuff. It'll end up with lines through it. So yeah, I am spewing a bit about these bits, but once that sits in the sun though, it should flatten out. All right, what's next?
Right. There's a couple more. Hey Red, you guys are still going ahead with the rear-mounted turbo on the Radiator?
Yes,
Answer yes.
Leith is yes, 100%. The whole reason he sold his Patrol was to buy that and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, something to cover good.
Cut 1 inch edge.
Yeah, I'll cut out from there, and yeah, but I just don't want to play with it now. I want it to set off a bit. It's not going to be as good as I'd like because of those lines, but I might actually find something to sit on that and see if it'll. Yeah, I'll find something.
Your socket set might work.
Yeah. If you're not putting it away, it might be here on the seat. Here it is.
Can't wait to see the off-road VT. That will be sick.
What's that, buddy?
The off-road VT.
Yeah, we'll have to play with that again very soon. I just got to get some coilovers for it.
Yep.
Want something else to sit there, and we'll go play Jag.
All right.
There, something on top of it.
Is there any quick, easy mods I could do to my laser to make it sound louder?
Put a cannon on the back of it, chop the muffler out, put a cannon on it.
Corey, yeah, he said, yeah, brother started platinum tilt, but no YouTube yet. Okay. I'm restoring my FD Hino 2000 model.
Yeah, Awesome, man. Good to hear you move forward with it all, man. All right. So, what do we do now? What else do I want to achieve today? I wanted to do, well, the parcel shelf's got to go in. I'm not going to look for bolts while you guys are here. So we'll get this other rear wheel cut out off road.
FGX, I'll be ordering some rotor grid wheels for my AU in a couple of weeks.
That's what I want to get for the Skyline, something like rotor grids or something like that. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Secret Squirrel, Jake, why are you driving a dry old AU when you've got the Jag? My Jag has a bit of a charging problem. It's overcharging at the moment and sitting at 18 volt. So the last time I drove it, it blew all the headlights. Hey, Red and camera guy. Would that make...
Camera guy's Jake.
Yep. With the Lancer or Laser, would that make it illegally loud?
No, depending on what you do. Well, if you cut your muffler off, right, and you put a cannon at the back and it's too loud, you can always, I know this sounds ridiculous, but chicken wire, a bunch of chicken wire in there, or just a half thing of chicken wire right up the end. You can't see it, and that'll actually quieten it down, and you can put different amounts of chicken wire in there to make it a different amounts of noisy. It's one of those fine line things with exhausts. You know, like, yeah, it's hard. You got to find a happy medium between too loud and not loud enough, and yeah, I'll look at the back of the seat.
Look how comfy that back seat is.
On the steel.
Yep.
I might just have to use screws, I think, up through the top of it.
I've got the chance I'm going to get off my leg. So you should go to the Holden Museum in Melbourne. And can you do giveaways with Holden parts?
Why? I don't know why I'm giving stuff away.
I think like the I think the way you did the shirts.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah. A lot of the times, the reason that I'm not on YouTube or doing YouTube videos is because I have to work. I don't make any money from YouTube, like very, very minimal amount of money from YouTube. I spend like, there's YouTubers out there that are big and make a lot of money from YouTube. Those sort of guys can give all sorts of stuff away. Honestly, I'm no different to you. Whoever said that, I work every day. I have massive amounts of bills. Occasionally I do shirt giveaways and stuff like that. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, what's up? You're right.
Toilet?
Yep, stay through there. Just follow your nose, you can't miss it.
Hey Jake, hi Jake, sorry I didn't know your name. All good, mate. What is the most dodgy repair you're willing to admit to, Jake?
Well, I can answer that right now because it's this seat right now that I'm doing that's pretty freaking dodgy. Because it's not really going to be good. I think I'm going to end up just putting screws through the side.
Me, it's... Oh, I don't even know. A lot. I had a patrol, so...
Oh, say no more.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a turbo diesel, it was the 4.2 petrol turboed. And instead of running the wastegate back into the exhaust, I stuck it at the bonnet. And surprisingly never got pulled over for it. Kenny's Garage, we all need power steering pumps, please.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Leak. Alright, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I may even take these seats to the trimmer to get them sorted. We do need to find a side handle though for the other side.
If anyone's looking for it, I've got a ProFlow alternator bracket for a 253 or 308. Driver side mid mount. It doesn't fit the Hilux, so I might throw that up in the group.
We might. I'm going to go and pull the dash apart in this other Series 1 to work out all that wiring. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update today on where we're at, give you something to watch for a little bit. The rest of it's sort of grinding, and you don't want to sit here and watch me grind. But so we might pull the pin on it there for today, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for commenting. Just, yeah, thanks for being a part of things, guys. We may come back on later this afternoon, depending on how much we get done. But I'll definitely see you tomorrow or the next day, and we'll go from there. Thank you for your support. Thanks for your comments. See you.